All right, now we have the National Publicity Secretary, uh, rather the spokesperson of the coalition of northern groups here with us in the studio, Abdulaziz Suleiman, to give perspectives on this. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
And we've also hoped to have the National Publicity Secretary of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, to also join in this conversation, but unfortunately he's unable to do so. So let's begin the conversation.
Thank you.
Why is this position important to you, if I may begin by that?
Yeah, it's quite important, but I think I will begin by a little correction, adjustment. We did not say that we would not allow anybody to stop a northerner obtaining the ticket. What we said is we would not succumb to intimidation from anybody so that a northerner would not vie for the ticket. I think that is what the people who are now trying to revive the dead zoning agenda are trying to do. That the North should not even join the contest for the ticket. And that's why we feel it's really important for us. One, it's undemocratic. The point is undemocratic that a certain section of the country should be excluded from fielding candidates. That's one. Number two, the new northern thinking now is not along regionalism. It's no longer thinking towards regional power shift, but rather generational power shift. So we still find it archaic for a 62-year-old nation, independent nation, to be thinking about regional presidency. Not Nigeria. We have never had a Nigerian president, and if we go along like this, we are not likely to have one. We only have a maybe northern president, and now some people are not even agitating for a southern president or southeastern president. They are agitating for a tribal president. So people are asking for Igbo president, which is quite unfortunate. So these are the two main reasons. And the third one, which is, I think, the most important, is the threat attached to their agitation. They tend to think they can force the North, they can intimidate Northerners not to even contest for the ticket.
But I thought that this was basically a kind of an internal party discussion and lobby, and which is why we've seen this several meetings between the governors, the southern governors and the northern governors of the PDP to be able to arrive at a consensus or some kind of agreement.
That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. Politics is about lobby, about persuasion. But if you remember, just 2-3 months ago, the entire southern governors met and declared that power must shift to the south, which we kicked against.
Okay.
So nobody can coerce any other region to cede power. Democracy should be contested. That's what we are saying.
Okay, but the PDP is working on this issue, as we're aware. The PDP has set up a 37-man committee headed by the governor of Benue State, Otom, to look into this issue. As a matter of fact, we are hoping that the result, the position of the committee will be made known today. Now, feelers that we're getting from that committee is that they have agreed to reach a mid-course solution. And by mid-course, what we're hearing is that they have decided to throw open the presidency of the party. So is that okay by your coalition now?
That's what we are saying. Let the ticket be thrown open so that every aspirant can contest for it. Not just to block a certain region and say they are not even. That was what happened in, I think, 1999. But still, you can see that it was not respected, because the parties agreed to zone the presidential ticket to the south, I think, southwest. But Abu Karimi contested in the PDP from the north. That's what we are saying, that we are not going to allow sole candidates from the south to the exclusion of northern candidates, aspirants. And I think that's what, it's not a question of middle course. That is what is supposed to be done. That is democracy.
But the APC, for instance, has zoned its own, seat to the south, isn't it?
They haven't done that
It
yet.
hasn't done that. It's just speculation.
It's speculation.
And in any case, even if they do that now, this is just the starting point. What the PDP is insisting on is a zoning arrangement they claim to have existed since 1999, which has since been jettisoned by their own actions. But PDP may start their own arrangement now. This is a fresh arrangement. APC, we've not seen them do it.
But
And
I mean,
in
if you look at the way, the winds are going right now, the convention says it all. We had the other time Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, saying that, the party have agreed to, zone the party executives, the members of the National Working Committee of the party, in such a way that, Northerners will be, at the helms, within the party. And then, of course, the handwriting is clear on the wall that it's likely to go towards the south. So even though they have not officially taken that position, but that's what it's looking like.
If you allow me, I would say nobody really takes El-Rufai serious. He has been fumbling here and there. But in any case, even if it were true, that is going to be at their official party level, and that will not stop us encouraging people who have not been, who are meant to be sidelined from the north to aspire. I think they will not send them away. Okay. They will buy their forms. They will also attend the elections.
Okay, I like to be clear on something. Is your coalition just asking for the presidency to be thrown open to all candidates? Because if, for instance, it's thrown open and then the president that emerges is from the south, will your coalition throw its support behind that person?
Of course, that's what we are saying. We even gave our criteria that it doesn't matter where a person would come from, so long as he emerges through a free and fair, credible primary elections of his party, not through being forced out. Let the people aspire. Let them campaign to the delegates. Let them present their certificates and their credentials to the delegates. At the end of it, whichever candidate emerges, we have no option but to vote. We are not going to say no to what we cannot vote. We cannot contest in any other party again. But at least we have a sense of fairness. You can imagine what happened in 2015. The PDP blocked the presidential ticket and sold only one ticket to Mr. Jonathan. And they not got angry, which was part of the reasons why they voted against PDP. I think they did not even sell a second form. They only sold to Jonathan.
What if for whatever reason they rezone the presidency to the south? What will your coalition do? Yes.
So that
what if for whatever reason to zone to the south?
They expressly say the north should not vie for it.
Well, I say zone to the south.
Zone
to the south. What will your coalition do?
Yeah, that will just be that will be theory. Will encourage northerners to contest.
No, but if the party decides that they want to zone to the south, what other position is your? I mean, because the whole idea is whether or not your advocacy is channeled, to the right person here. Because, I mean, shouldn't you be talking to the political parties directly? Because the issue of consensus is a major tool that the political parties use in determining, candidates that will occupy whatever position. So if they decide that, okay, by consensus, we have decided that our candidate should come from the south.
Consensus is different from intimidation. Consensus is different. We see what we are saying is they can agree among themselves, but not for a certain section of the country to insist that nobody would contest, that party must be zoned.
I do not think that they have that power, isn't it? Does anyone have such a power?
That's what we are saying. They are trying to threaten the North, intimidate the North, and we're telling them we're going to resist that.
What exactly?
If they negotiate among themselves, they persuade one another, we have no business there. You see, a lot of people have been asking us, we say we have little influence over the outcome of candidate selection processes of the party. We may have a larger share of influence when it comes to the general election. And they know, we want the parties that any party that deliberately blocks a northerner from aspiring for its ticket would really have to contend with us during general elections, wherever.
You have
whichever
talked
party.
about
When you
intimidation
say
more than
content,
once.
sorry,
No.
sorry, Stella.
Okay.
When you say content, you know, with us,
We'll
what
mobilize,
exactly do you mean?
we'll mobilize a vast majority of the North, honestly, against that party, because we don't think it's democratic, it's not fair, it's unjust to just block a certain. Now, okay, these people that are talking about zoning, that it's their right now, it's their turn now. What method of arithmetic are they using? PDP was in power from 1999 to 2015. Within those 16 years, the North only had one chance for just 2 years. Is that fairness? Is that what the rotation arrangement should, how the rotation arrangement should be? In 2011, it was clearly the turn of the North, but they insisted and contested, and they won. And
So you are still talking about the zoning thing, isn't it?
No, that's why we're saying that zoning or whatever has been petitioned by them. So we're not going to respect it. We're not going to encourage politicians from the North to respect it. That's what we're saying.
Okay, you have been talking about intimidation within the party. Can you speak more about that? What are those particular things that have been done that you feel a certain parts of the country is being intimidated?
To meet and take a strong stand on one issue, saying presidency must be given to the South. That was the first, their first declaration. The second declaration, they said any party that feels a northerner should not expect Southern support. So we are also entitled to say the same.
Now, are you concerned about the issues of, national cohesion, integration, unity among Nigerians, especially if you consider the fact that, certain regions of the country, feel marginalized, whether it is perceived or real? That's entirely a different conversation. But there is this feeling of, being left out, by some parts of the country. How can we foster that unity? How can we, make everyone in the country feel, part of this system?
I think we can only achieve that when you are able to create a nation, a country. As far as we are concerned, there has never been a country called Nigeria. I think Chinua Achebe said there was a country, but we've not even seen it. You see, since it's just like I think Awolowo said, it's just a geographical expression that in which nobody ever believes. I think even Ahmadu Bello, Sedona Sokoto, said it was a mistake of 1914, and it is proven to be a mistake. You see, since 1966, a little after independence, we've had a large segment of the Nigerian component that insisted is not part of Nigeria. It even led us to a civil war where we came through it, and up to this moment, they insist they are not part of Nigeria. And
is that could it be because of maybe some of the, concerns, of being marginalized and not being being involved in the whole process? Could it be part of why that feeling is there, and have we been able to address some of those concerns till date?
You see, that takes us back to history. I don't think historical facts support that any region was marginalized during the First Republic. There's no historical fact to support that. If they could strike at that time, they could revolt at that time, I think it's the same reason that they are using. I think they have some inbuilt hatred for Nigeria or disbelief in the merger, in the union. And you see, they are not the only ones. A lot of people really are just being carried. They are just following along. They're just playing along. But I'm quite sure quite a number of people are not really comfortable with the union, and which is why we have taken the safest, most civilized way out by going to the courts. We have filed a legal process seeking the court to look into the possibility of ordering government to take steps for the conduct of a referendum, so that we determine where Nigeria starts and ends, begins and ends, who populates Nigeria. We can even question the name. We examine the name because the name was given to us. A boundary was created for us, a name imposed on us, laws given to us. Nobody has ever, at least as Nigerians, we have never agreed that.
So don't you think that all the previous conferences we've had, national conference, the most recent in 2014, and then even all the sittings in the National Assembly as regards constitutional review and all of that, are we looking at those issues that are of concern that some believe that will address these?
We have never looked into the real issue. The real issue is who are Nigerians, who want to be Nigerians. If we agree, yes, we want to be the same country, we give ourselves a set of law. That is when we can enforce the law on you. The law can be enforced on me. But now you find that this constitution that is operational, that came in 1978 or something.
The 1999 Constitution.
1999 Constitution. Since its inception, a certain section of the country has said it was imposed on them by the military. So nobody even believes in that constitution. Then what are you reviewing? Something that generality of Nigerians don't believe in it. You see what I say? They talk about restructuring.
But then it means that the Nigeria's problem is even bigger than the issue of zoning that you are talking about.
It is. That's what I said. And I think from the onset, I said it's funny that after 62 years, we are still not ready to have a Nigerian president. We only think of regional presidency. So unless we are able to inquire into the existence of the nation itself, the case is already in court. That's why I don't. And so interestingly, almost all the nationalities have filed suits, applications for gender. They are interested in it.
Okay, well, a president cannot just emerge because in Nigeria you have to come through a party. So my question to you is, with all the issues going on within your party, the PDP now,
I'm not in PDP.
With all the issues going on right now, right? If how are the people going to be able to come together as one united body going into a general election, seeing that the general election is just a few months away?
Yeah, I think it has all along been that way. They came from battles to the general election. The only difference I think we are likely to notice this time around is there may be apathy. But it doesn't matter. Parties will go to elections and a leader will emerge. All these internal conflicts may not affect the general elections. People, they will go to the party elections and a leader will emerge. But what we are saying is the preliminaries. We would not want to agree to a situation where the hands of the nose are tied deliberately. Let them aspire.
Okay. All right. Now, give us an update. You have a case in court right now as regards, the issue of the referendum you earlier mentioned of the IPOP and all that. Give us an update on what's happening as far as that is concerned, and why is this so important, for you?
You see, there is this issue of agitation for secession and other regional agitations that intermittently become violent. It's been going on and off since 1966, I think, even led to a civil war, but it has never been addressed properly. We even told, I think, an audience in Imo some time ago, that the first mistake committed by Nigeria, those who call themselves Nigeria, was when they fought the Biafra back. Biafra would have been a nation by now for the past 60 years, and those who have wished to remain Nigeria would have been Nigeria. Now, they thought it would end there perhaps, it was a miscalculation anyway. So this thing continued on and off, on and off, on and off. Politicians, the elite wanted to hide behind the cover that the agitations only get intense when elections are close. We say, okay, if that's what you are saying, what has the onion seller in Aba got to do with transfer of power from the north to the east to the southeast? Does he doesn't have anything. So it's an agenda that is deep-rooted in history. Their forefathers have preached hatred for Nigeria as a whole in them. So you see, this thing has continued up to the time we have the emergence of IPOP.
So what's the level? What's the status now?
That's you asked me why it's important to us. It's important to us because we don't want Nigeria to be dragged into another bloodshed, into another civil war. Because you see, these people, the old people who are in power, the old cliques that have been holding on to power for all these years, don't seem to look at it from the perspective of the younger generation. All these people that...
unfortunately we have to end it because of our time. We have a very short time, so we have to run out of the studio now. Thank you so much for coming on the program. We look forward to having you again. We'll continue to also keep up with all the updates coming from your angle.
Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you very much for coming. We hope to see you again, like you said.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we've come to the end of the program for today. You can connect with us via our social media platforms and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.
Join us again, same time, same station tomorrow. My name is Stella Iyaji.